Thank you for coming in.
Oh, my pleasure.
Well, actually, I know it's under duress. It's not really your pleasure. So, I'll be your health coach today.
Okay.
And you are Emily?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Just want to double check. I'm Jeff, just so you know. So.
I think I know.
Yeah, possibly. So, your topic, your interest in in getting assistance with using a health coach is what? Why are you here today?
To try and cut down on my medication for my high blood pressure.
So the high blood pressure.
Yes.
So how is bad enough that you have on medication, obviously. So now you want to get off that medication as much as possible, or completely eliminate it?
Yeah, try and completely eliminate it. Probably would have to wean as I go through the process, and then eventually that's my goal to not have to take it anymore for the rest of my life.
Yeah. No kidding. So, do you measure it every day now, or occasionally? How often do you measure blood pressure now?
Once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
At the same time every day, or
yes,
different times?
yes, usually in the morning time. Mm-hmm. And it's with the medication, it's normal.
Okay.
Because I tried, doing like a quarter tablet, and I see that it spikes up, so that's where I gotta go back to the regular dosage.
So you've already tried reducing it a little at a time, and that doesn't quite work.
Yeah, but I guess there should be other steps instead of just weaning yourself off that.
Okay. So have you looked at the types of things that might help you reduce blood pressure naturally rather than through medication?
Well, I know diet and exercise. I already know that you don't consume a lot of sodium. So that I've always, looked at labels to make sure that it's what I'm eating is not high in sodium.
Okay, so what about caffeine?
Caffeine, right now I just have 1 cup of coffee, and when I have tea, it's decaf tea.
Okay.
Yes.
So you've looked at diet, exercise, reducing sodium, you already minimize caffeine. What are you doing for diet and exercise right now that you might be able to influence through changing to help you?
So exercise, it was suggested by my husband that I, have an exercise routine, and actually I've done that since I retired. I was walking every day in the morning time, and now when he's walking his dog, I've been doing a little exercise routine.
Very nice. You listen to somebody.
Yes.
Oh, that makes me feel good. Thank you. So, so you've increased your exercise, your movement.
Yes.
How about the diet? How's that?
Diet. Well, my husband suggested intermittent fasting. And that was suggested before we go on Hawaii, but what he doesn't know is I did it before we went on Hawaii, and I am still doing that. And so far, it's not as bad as I thought when he suggested it.
So, the thing to be careful with on intermittent fasting, of course, is continue to monitor your health at that point, because you really, as long as you have that balanced diet, balanced nutrition throughout the day, of course, that's really what's important. So, how do you feel that that's working for you now?
Actually, the exercising and the intermittent fasting is I feel better. Blood pressure is still normal with the taking the medication dosage that I'm supposed to. I think the next step is probably diet, probably with a little resource from my husband. And
this guy is amazing. Just
he
kidding.
is.
So anyway,
a little resource, information from my husband, and also my own resource. I'm going to try and balance, get that going, because that's the only thing I haven't,
Because I would recommend your own resources as well. Always back up.
Oh, yes.
You might listen to an expert, but I'll always get another opinion.
Right,
absolutely. Okay. So we want to look at that, we talked about specific goals, and that is to increase movement with some activity or exercise. We talked about improving your diet, and one of the other things I believe is stress reduction. Stress has an influence or an impact on blood pressure.
Right.
So, how's your stress? Do I stress you out? This is stressing you out?
No. Actually, stress level, actually none. Ever since I retired.
So your stress level is way down right now. That's all positive. You're moving all in the right direction.
I love
That's awesome.
I love where I worked. I love the people, but it's really nice.
Very
Being
good.
retired.
Very good. So these we have specific goals. We have measurable goals, right? So we can measure what we're looking at as far as how much exercise you're getting, what your diet really consists of, and then of course monitoring your blood pressure and seeing how that affects it over time. Do you think these patterns or you think this is something that you can continue to work towards, or is this too difficult and that you're going to have a problem maintaining the changes that you've implemented?
No, I think this is something that I could work with, because I already added, the exercise, the exercise routine, which I never was able to do while I was working, and I do that now, and the diet, yes, I can manage that once I find all the resources of what I should be eating and not eating and all of that, and then probably check my blood pressure on a more regular basis, maybe every day. I'd be good for that.
Okay. I understand that there might be a genetic connection to high blood pressure as well. Is that true? Or?
Right. My dad had high blood pressure, and my mom had high blood pressure. Now, my mom says that she doesn't need to take her high blood pressure medicine anymore. I didn't know my oldest sister, she had it too, and she didn't. Now she says she doesn't take it, but I don't know if that's because they don't have it or they decide not to. For me, I have to take it, as the doctor said, for the rest of my life.
Okay.
So my goal is trying, not have that for the rest of my life, that one medication.
Okay. Okay. Sounds like we can work towards that. What else would you like to talk about? Because I feel that we've approached as far as we can talk to about the. I don't know where else to go with this.
That's because I am trying
You're
to be honest
all
about
over it.
Yes. Because I have a husband.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm doing some serious editing on this.
No, you don't need to.
Okay. And then one of the last things that they recommended for high blood pressure is get support, which you've already done. You've already seen your doctor about it. You've already gotten the medication. You continue to monitor it, and then you've done research to hopefully improve without medication.
Right.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate all the things that you do.
Thank you too.